So I'm going to go ahead and get started just because, like I said, I got to be done. I want to be done with our call and everything around 8:30, just so I can finish getting ready and stuff. And I don't have like a super organized plan or anything for today or a specific topic per se. I kind of just want this to be like a pep talk, pretty much. Let me see something real quick. Okay. So, what I put as the topic for today's call was be here in a year. So, I know some of you are probably like, what the heck does that even mean? I don't even know where you're going to go with this. But especially in our um, Team Cup little text group text that we have going on, I can kind of feel like some people are getting a little bit discouraged or getting a little bit kind of like down on themselves or stressing out a little bit about people like being interested in joining us and then kind of ghosting you, or people just not responding, or just not really being able to get people to that point where you're ready for them to sign up and join you. And I can feel that like doubt and discouraging, like those discouraging feelings creeping in. So I wanted to talk about it because I have been there so many times, so many times, you guys. And the theme of just be here in a year is like promise yourself that you are still going to be here February 2021, that you're still going to be showing up for this business and for yourself. Because if you do, the people who stay with it and the people who stick with it even through the really hard times are the people who are super successful. This business is not difficult. The tasks that we have to do are pretty simple and easy. It's just the hard thing about it is showing up and doing it consistently every single day. That's the hard part, because some months you are going to have like 20 people wanting to join your challenge group or wanting to join your team as a coach, and it's going to feel so good, and you're going to feel like, yes, like I had this figured out, this is easy, I've got this is just going to be like smooth sailing from here on out. And then you're going to have months where it's like crickets and you can't get anyone to be interested in it, and hitting Success Club and finding those 3 people is harder. But that's anything, that's business, that's life. You're going to have ups and downs all the time. And I just wanted to talk about this because I don't want you all to get discouraged if you are in one of those kind of periods where you're having trouble getting people to commit, or if you're having trouble like making time for your business every day. So just commit to being here in a year, because it will be worth it if you just stick to it and stay consistent. That is the thing. And if some of the goals that you set, like specifically, like say if you said you wanted to invite like 25 people a day, but that's just not happening, then let's be more realistic and bump it down. Maybe just 10, maybe just 5. Like if all you can have time for is 5 people to invite every day, that is going to move your business forward so much faster than 0. 5 or 6 or even just 2 is better than 0, right? So figure out where you can sit down for 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes. You can invite 5 people or less, and just committing to doing that every single day. And one thing that I was thinking about the other day is I was like, I feel like they're all putting so much pressure on every single conversation that they're having with someone. Like every single one of them, if they ghost them or they end up not being interested or whatever, like we're putting so much weight into that one conversation that it's like stressing you out. And it's like, oh my gosh, like she was interested, but now she's not, and she's not responding to me, and I don't know what to do. How am I going to find somebody else? Like that is limiting beliefs. That is like a mindset that this one person is like it for you, that if they don't commit, then you're not going to be able to find somebody else, which is so far from the truth. So far from the truth. You just have to keep that open, like expanded growth, abundance mindset, that there are so many more people out there. And I know a lot of people are even getting to the point where they're like, I feel like I'm running out of people to invite. But like, y'all, there's like billions of people on this world, on this planet. And you have so many people who are on your Facebook friends list, who follow you on Instagram. Like, literally just start exploring Instagram. Like, don't put so much pressure on it. Just go on Instagram for fun and explore and see if you can find people who have pages who look interesting to you, people who you would actually want to be friends with, and follow them, like some of their pictures, try to comment on some of their pictures, start a conversation with them. Like, this business is literally just about like networking and meeting people and building relationships. And I think sometimes we just put way too much pressure on it. So don't focus on, okay, I've only got these 2 people who are interested. Like, I have to put all my eggs in those 2 baskets. And if they don't commit, then it's just over, because that's so not true. Like, my goal is to have so many like conversations going on, that if somebody ends up ghosting me or doesn't respond, like, it doesn't bother me because I'm talking to somebody else anyways. Like, it's just like kind of a constant flow. So like, and then the people who end up ghosting you, especially the ones who were super interested in the beginning, those are people who you can go back to and follow up with so many times. Like, I couldn't tell you how many people who have finally decided to join this month, who I have been talking to for months, for like 6 months, a year. And it just, they weren't ready until now. And I have probably followed up with them like 5 times, and maybe they didn't ever respond, but I just keep following up with them because I know that they want it and that it's important to them. And I know a lot of times we feel like we're like being annoying or bugging people by like just sending them a message to say, hey, I just wanted to follow up. I wanted to keep you in the loop and let you know this is what we have going on this month. Like, people appreciate that so much more than you realize. Like, I have this one lady who I've been talking to. I actually went to prom with her son, but I've been talking to her on and off so many times. And basically, she kind of already has her own workout like routine and classes and stuff that she goes to and she loves. And so basically every time I run a group that's solely focused on nutrition, I always reach out to her, because I know that she is interested in it. She just always has something going on. Like, right now, she said like her stepmom had just died, so she was going to be having to help her dad a lot and be traveling to New York to help him and do all that. So she didn't really want to commit to it right now, which I totally can understand that. But she was like, I really appreciate you like constantly following up and letting me know what you're doing, and because I really do want to do it at some point. And so like, just keep that in mind. Like, don't feel like you're bugging people by following up with them, because a lot of times like, you might be the only person that is actually showing interest and showing like compassion and care towards them. And to me, that's what that is. Like, following up with somebody who is interested is like me saying, I care about you, I know this can change your life, and I'm going to keep following up and telling you about what I'm doing until you're ready. And like, I cannot tell you how many times people are like, please keep following up with me even if I don't respond. Like, they love that because it shows that you care. And so many people don't get that in their like everyday life. So just like stay focused on that and don't put so much weight and pressure, because when you put so much weight and pressure on 1 or 2 single conversations, it gets stressful. And then you're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to like bug them. I don't like, you just get all this like tense nervousness in your body, and they can feel that too. So just like, don't put so much pressure on it. Just keep talking to people so it doesn't have to be like that, because the more people you're talking to, the greater chance that you're going to like run across somebody who's going to say yes and going to want to do it. So I hope that makes sense. That's really all that I wanted to talk about today, was just like, commit to being here a year from now. Like, commit that you're not going to give up on yourself just because you have a rough couple weeks, or because you have a rough month or a rough 2 months. Like, it's just like the post that I shared with you guys last week about the girl who, it took her like 6 months or almost a year of coaching to actually start hitting Success Club every month. Like, she could have so easily quit and been like, this is not for me, like, I'm not good at this. And she could have just quit, but she kept at it because she knew she just needed to practice and she needed to figure it out. So, like I always say, quitting is not going to get you closer to your goal. Quitting is just going to like make you take 100 steps back and have to start over. And trust me when I say starting over is not fun in this business, because I have done it more than once. And I wish I could go back and not do that, because I think I would be so much closer to my bigger goals if I hadn't done that. So I just want you all to learn from like the mistakes that I have made and the mistakes I've seen other people make, and also just be inspired by people who have stories like that, like the coach that I shared last week with. It took her a year to start hitting Success Club 5, and then it took her another year to finally start hitting Success Club 10. And now she is like almost like 20 months into Success Club 10 All-Star Legend. Like, she's so close to being 2 years in a row of Success Club 10. That's like 5 people, at least 5 people every single month that she has helped. Do you know how many people's lives she's changed? And even if you just have one person, even if you're getting Success Club 2, Success Club 4, no, that's not going to qualify you for like the gifts and the rewards and stuff, but that's still 1 or 2 people who you are helping. And that is why we do this, is to help people. So even if it's not the 5 or 10 or 3 people that you want to help, if it's just 1 or 2, that's still something. And that's still something to be so freaking proud of. So just be here in a year, commit to yourself that you're not going to quit when it gets hard, and just show up. And if you need help with something, please reach out. Like, we have our message pods. You all have my phone number. We have our groups. And I think the more you can get involved with other groups on Facebook, so we have the DFG page, we have the Dynasty page. There's also another group that I will share the link to you with. I'll share the link to it with you all. It's called Boss Babes Mastermind. And basically it's just a group full of Beachbody coaches, all the way from like 5-star, 10-star coaches, all the way down to people who are just getting started. And people share so many good ideas and like resources and things in there, graphics that you can use, things that you can do with your clients. Like, they share so many amazing things in that group, and I love it. And it keeps me inspired. Like, making sure I'm staying plugged in with other coaches and with the network and with our team is what keeps me going, because doing this by yourself isn't fun. Like, it makes it fun when you're doing it with people, and you can be like, hey, like, this is what I have, this idea about this challenge group. Do you want to do it with me? Like, that is what makes it so much fun. So that's why I'm really excited about us doing this nutrition group together, because it's going to really give all of us a chance to actually do something together. And Christy, I don't know, I forgot to ask you, but if you want to sign up to like schedule some of the posts for 1 week, you totally can. I think we have everything covered for the first 3 or 4 weeks. I can let you know what the next like open week is, but we're just using a challenge group guide from Beachbody for Ultimate Portion Fix. So it literally gives you the posts and the pictures and everything, so you don't have to come up with anything on your own. You just have to copy and paste it and put it in there. And what I do is I just schedule it so it will automatically post every morning. That way I don't have to worry about doing it every day. And I can show you how to do that. But it's just like doing groups like this together is something that will give everyone an opportunity to like see what it's like to kind of run a group and do things on your own. Because honestly, I think that is why I have been so successful in my business, is because I'm constantly running groups. Like, you have to have something that you're inviting people to, something specific. Like, when I first started coaching, it was kind of different than it is now. Like, I ran a completely brand new group every single month. Like, I would close out the group and start a brand new one every single month with a different theme. And now we just have the big group, and I change the theme every single month, but I don't completely like start over from scratch. So it makes it a lot easier. So that is, you can always invite to that group and whatever our theme is for the month and use that. But I do also want to start running a nutrition group probably every 6 or 8 weeks, just because it takes 6 weeks to do the group, because there's 2 weeks of prep where you're watching the videos, going through the workbook, learning how to do everything. And then there's 4 weeks to actually implement the nutrition plan, and like 30 days of doing it and tracking. So it's a 6-week group. So I'm thinking like every 8 weeks is when we can do this, because then it can give us a chance to kind of close down that group, get all of those people transitioned over to the other group if they want to continue, and then just kind of start fresh 2 weeks later with a whole new round of people who want to do Ultimate Portion Fix. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for the rest of the year. But if you guys ever have ideas about free groups that you want to do, or other, like maybe just like a 5-day group or a 14-day group to do like the free trial or anything like that, like go for it. There are so many resources out there to help you do it, to where you don't have to do it all from scratch, especially if you have an idea for something. Like, come to me with it, and I can probably reach out. If I don't have something for it, I can reach out to some other coaches who I'm sure have like group templates and things that you can use to go along with it. So that is basically all I have for today. So do you all have any questions or anything? I'll unmute you.
I don't think so. I like how you, because I do feel like I get discouraged sometimes, but if you just keep inviting everybody else, then you always have people to talk to. And I think too, I've gotten better with not being so like money focused as to like helping people, because I'm not a money person anyway, so I don't know why I do that to myself. So I think it's just a mindset. So like, oh, this is a business, I have to make money. But oh yeah, how Anissa feels about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because I have income goals too. But it's
Mhm.
like, if you just focus on helping people, the more people you help, you're gonna make money. Like,
Mhm.
it's a byproduct of it. Just like if you work out and eat healthy, you're gonna lose weight. It's just how it is. Same way with the business. If you are helping people, you're growing your business. You're gonna be making more income. You're gonna start building a team. Like, all of those things will just kind of come along with it. And I had a thought I was gonna say, but I lost it. Just like showing up and being consistent. Oh, this was what I had this thought. I can't remember if it was when I was at New Leader Conference last year in LA, or if it was when I was at Summit one year, but I was like, if I just don't quit, I will be successful at this. Like, literally, if you just do not quit, you will be successful. Whether or not that is an extra $500 or $1,000 a month for your family, or that is full-time income, like whatever you want it to be, whatever your goal is, if you just don't quit, you will be successful. Because the people who fail at this business are the people who just give up and the people who quit. Like, literally, you can see that from people who I know personally who have quit and walked away from this when they would have been so crazy successful if they had just stuck with it. But they let like a hard season or a busy season in life, or just like getting discouraged over one or two people, they let that really affect them and make them quit. And if they had just kept at it, like, where would they be today? And that's like, every time I ever think about quitting, or I think like I'm too busy for this, I just need a break, like whatever, like, where would I be if I don't? Like, doing that is not going to get me anywhere closer to where I want to be. So even if it's not perfect, if it's messy, if it's not my best, if I'm still showing up and doing something, something is always better than nothing.
Yeah.
Every single day of the week.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to click recording.